Brother Imam,
Yes.
I'm getting donations while you're speaking. Just wanted to share that.
Praise be to God.
They're popping in. Hold it.
At the lighthouse.
Yeah, I feel like
Out the lighthouse, you're getting
So
donations
now,
to the
we
lighthouse.
need to get back as we deal with this hermeneutical breakdown. On January 14th, in the Bay Area, there was an event called the Gathering of the Tribe. And that event was put together by some secret mad social scientists that wanted to carry America in a certain way. According to them, they wanted to burn out the pattern of the remaining Judaic Christian influence in America. You feel me? And we still go to church, but as a factual matter, the Judeo Christian values are no longer rooted in America. We get the kind of love, a leader that we deserve. Before I let the brother read it, I'm gonna prove it. Look what Donald Trump did. Snatched up the Bible, went to a church and played with it as a photo op. The people got the kind of leadership they deserve.
Yeah.
He playing with God. Why? Because we're playing with God. But we don't know that there's been a systematic effort since January 14, 1967 to direct the American people to move away from God consciousness.
You can do yours too, right?
Okay? And we're going to explain why. But at this point, read the details as to what I'm talking about, my brother.
All right.
Listen, and let's listen.
In 1966, Michael Bowen
Michael Bowen.
settled in Hyde Ashbury. That's
Where's Haight Ashbury? Where's that?
neighborhood in San Francisco.
That's in Frisco.
At the specific request of John Cook.
I never been to San Francisco.
Not you and Biden. John Cook was a CIA masterminded dog magician occultist
Okay.
that influenced behind the scenes what they call the hippie movement that came out of San Francisco.
Okay.
This is what this is talking about.
Right.
And this guy, Michael Bowen, was his front man. He was living in Mexico, and he used to send orders as to how he wanted these people to direct this movement. They weren't just out there doing things, they were planning this. You feel it? And so he gave them the direction as to how this event, the gathering of the tribe, would be executed. And his front man was who?
Michael Bowen.
Michael Bowen.
And our front man, as we make a history for God and not for Satan, our front man gonna be who?
Reverend Michael Bowen
Now
Sr.
you're cooking with gas.
Oh.
Now you're cooking with gas. Ain't God all right?
Yes, sir.
Now listen, read it, bro.
The two men communicated on a regular basis.
See that? He over in Mexico giving his boy, look, this is what I want you to do next.
Keeping each other abreast of new developments within the burgeoning youth culture.
That's talking about the hippie movement. And are you coming to San Francisco? Be sure to wear what in your hair? A flower in your hair.
Man.
Later on that summer, they had what was called the Summer of Love, where young people from all over the country, Midwest, South, North, they left and all flooded into San Francisco, coming to bring about a new so-called revolution of values. But they were being used to undermine the faith of Christianity in this country. Oh yes. I don't want to hold them too long. Let's go.
when the Oracle people convened at at Bowen's pad, after the Love Pageant rally, he dutifully called his spiritual advisor to tell him what
After
had
the Lord
transpired.
pageant, after the event was over, they came together to evaluate whether it had the desired effect. Go ahead.
During their conversation, according to Bowen, the plan for an even bigger event was conceived, a gathering of the tribes.
So they had a little mini event at 66. And from that, they grew up a blueprint for the master event that occurred January 14, 1967.
Gathering of the tribes, a spiritual occasion of otherworldly dimensions that would raise the vibration of the entire planet.
Amen.
That language.
Amen.
Otherworld.
Satan transformed himself into an angel of light.
Spiritual occasion.
Those people out there were innocent, those young people. They actually thought they were doing something spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who were planning it, they had another agenda. Just like Ryan here in Selma, people come and use rhetoric about promoting black people and the good cause, but down behind the scenes,
Preach.
they got another kind of agenda that's not good. So don't act like we can relate to that. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay.
Had you ever heard about this, Brother Lane?
You gave it to us some years ago.
But other than that,
No, other than that, had never
Right.
never known about this. The Height would host the happening of happenings.
the happenings are happening.
It will be the first human being.
Being.
One
Okay, now it says that God command is be and it is. And so religion give us instructions as to how to be, not how to do. The world give us instructions as to how to behave. But religion, how to be.
Yeah, he got it.
And that's what
He
they,
got it.
so we're gonna make you this highly evolved spiritual creature.
Now, we've been there.
Just like Satan told Adam and Eve, if you do what I say, ye shall be as the what? As the gods. Go read
I knew
Genesis.
he was gonna do this, so I came.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. One of the main purposes of the BN, as formulated by Cook, Bowen, and the rest of the Oracle crew, was to bring together cultural and political rebels who do not always see eye to eye on strategies for liberation. In effect, the goal was to psychedelicize the radical left.
That means psychedelics means soul. And they wanted to get to the high spiritual consciousness unnaturally. The natural way is that God revealed high knowledge for the soul. They wanted to take a chemical, to take a shortcut. And what chemical was that? LSD.
That's a dream.
So they weren't just using LSD to get high. They were saying that this was going to open your way to divine consciousness and understanding. That's how it was sold. It wasn't just like we out there grabbing a blunt and just want to get tight. No. They had a soul reason.
Make it plain.
Psych
Make it
means
plain.
soul. Psychedelic. What was all? We gotta go. Well,
We
go ahead.
do.
But we don't have to stop. Nothing like God desire.
Okay, all right. We have,
Know where I got it.
we have an dinner prepared for us. She gotta give me the date. Prepared dinner for us.
Go ahead.
We are taking care of it. It's
Thank you.
safe haven center, so.
I'm gonna make a recording for this cause you wanna believe this shit.
Brother Bowen, before you go, could you announce what it is that you brought? Do you mind?
Do what?
If he could announce what it is that he brought to deliver to you.
Well,
If you want to keep it private, it's fine.
Yeah,
No
we can keep
problem.
it private.
That's fine. I just want to ask. Want to give him an opportunity.
you two, all right, brother.
Blessings on you.
Finish this up. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, sir. I don't know, glad to meet you.
Yes, sir. Good.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in there at 9:30.
Okay, my brother.
7 high.
Iman,
Yes, sir.
But I mean, if you want to go, 7 high at 9:30. But if he wants to go, we can go.
Brother, can I say something?
Yes,
It's
sir.
your call.
Struck me just now with something that I don't know about this. But the timeliness of what you're saying right now. In 19.
If a brother don't wanna hear this, go on out the room, I'm not stopping.
No, I'm trying to get you to sit over there if you don't mind.
Just letting you know I'm not stopping.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay if you don't want to stop.
In 1980, I was in Oakland, California with Imam Martin.
Oh wow,
Right?
wow.
And
That's why that mess did it in the Bay Area, by the way. And I'm gonna show you the connection with that and Imam Muhammad.
okay, there was a epidemic.
Now, you don't necessarily have to send this out over the wire if you don't wanna do that, that's your call.
No, sir,
But
no,
we
sir.
need to share this with each other right now, now that it's out.
No, sir. I was just talking about the community service. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to get on the.
No.
I forgot about it.
I know you did. That's what.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's stop. We'll come back later, but we'll let Brother Hakeem.
Okay, I'm gonna be real brief because I'm not trying to get.
No,
in
go
the
ahead.
spotlight.
Go ahead.
But I did an article in the Community Voice News magazine for Imam Wahid Muhammad at that time about the hippie movement and the parallels that I just heard here. They coincide.
Cosmic
with
consciousness.
What was there? That's
There
what
you
it
go.
is.
That's what they
Cosmic
call themselves
consciousness.
seeking.
No, they had the polio back then. It was an epidemic.
Yep.
Polio.
Yep.
The United States government, I'm saying this because of the epidemic we have today. Okay,
Coronavirus.
they coincided. The government had imported all these rhesus monkeys and they injected them in their kidneys, I believe it was, with the polio virus, and that's how they made the vaccine, by injecting these monkeys with the polio virus, and
Wow.
when it multiplied,
Sound
they
like
used that
AIDS.
to make the vaccine. When they put that vaccine into the people, and it was a requirement for everybody, they injected something into human beings that had never been in a human being ever in history.
Sound like AIDS.
They injected into the human being a virus that only monkeys can use. Only monkeys get this virus. And it got into the vaccine.
Oh wow.
They say unknown, I don't know. But it got into the vaccine and they injected it into thousands of people all over America. Okay? Now, this virus that they injected, it gave people, made them lazy acting. They didn't want to bathe. They didn't want to clean up. It's the hippie movement. This all over America. They called it the generation gap at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are all over America. Young people was not responding to their parents. They couldn't because they didn't know that they were sick. They just thought it was a generation gap, and that's what they called it. But all over America, the young people couldn't fit in society. These are the rich people's children. So they started running away from home, hitchhiking across the country, and most of them ended up in California.
Amen.
And that was the birth of the hippie movement. They started meeting people like themselves who were sick like them, and they didn't know. And then they came with the acid and all this stuff, like you say. Now I'm looking at a pandemic today.
Amen. Make it plain. I knew where you were going. I knew where you was going.
I don't know the name of the person that you just read.
Michael Bourne.
And here comes another Reverend Michael. And all this stuff to me is adding up. Okay, everything that you're saying is so timely and it's adding up. The same thing that's happening today happened in the past with the hippie movement.
That's why.
We-
That's why they
We'll be back with part 2 after community service.
That's why they created